Hi, this is Steve from True Health, and today I want to talk to you about a topic that is very, very important to me, and that is diabetes. If you're looking this up, you have some concern about diabetes for yourself or for other people you know. And it all started with my concern for my dad's diabetes. He didn't have the best of diets, and I think that spawned him into getting diabetes. But it's something that it's really hard to watch someone go through and think, like, what else can they do except for take their insulin and prick their finger on a daily basis, that type of thing. You are so much more likely to have heart disease and stroke if you have diabetes. You're so much more likely to get pancreatic cancer if you have diabetes. So if you are sick about worrying all the time about long-term diabetes and the complications of having to monitor your blood sugar every day and prick your finger, to also take your insulin shots, to be vigilant with your practice every day and what you're supposed to eat or not eat, and also deal with the medication side effects. That is something that's like huge with diabetes. If you're sick of doing that, then I would suggest looking into alternative ways to help yourself. Basically right now the medical community uses insulin shots to actually get your blood sugar back down in a regular range. And though that has its effect for lowering it, a sustained period of time of doing that will actually cause you substantial harm, and you'll actually develop more of a tolerance for those drugs that you're actually taking. And you will actually have to take more and more insulin over the course of time. Now, here's something to think about. If diabetes is pretty much caused by a dietary problem, type 2 diabetes we're talking about, and you've gotten yourself into a situation where diabetes is actually part of your life and you have to deal with it on a daily basis, you did that over the course of a lifetime of bad choices of eating. There's so many things that we have in our modern diet today. It shouldn't be called the modern diet. It should be called the bad diet, the bad for you diet. So all these choices that you've eaten have actually contributed towards a diabetic response. So in one hand, it's not a disease, it's a set of symptoms that are the end result of taking in poor sugars, fats, chemicals, and that type of stuff that your pancreas and your body has to deal with, and then its response is an insulin resistance, and that just keeps building up. Well, if that is how you got it, then how do you think you would reverse it? Maybe through better eating choices and better lifestyle and better avoidance of chemicals, maybe eating organic foods and that type of thing. There's so much you can do for it. So one of the things that I have at the end of this video, down at the bottom, you can click on a link that will get you to more information about this. You can start off by reading the letter. It's Reversing Diabetes Today. Take a look at it. It has a lot of things to think about, and it really kind of condenses it. It just talks about how diabetes is a $16 billion industry, and diabetes is also the fourth biggest cause of death in the US right now. And it's just staggering the amount of people that die from diabetes each year, that get diagnosed with diabetes, that will eventually go down that track of possibly dying from diabetes, if not from heart disease or something related to it, that have to deal with all of the complications of their medications and the side effects that they produce and stuff like that. There's a lot of information in here, and it gives you a lot to think about, but it also helps give you a solution of how to feel better and how to back off that diabetic response that you're experiencing today. So if this interests you, it'll probably be some of the best money spent if you decide to go on to get the ebook, but just take a look at the initial letter and see if it resonates with you, because when I took a look at it, if I had come across this information years ago, I definitely would have done something about it and forwarded it on to my dad. And it's one of the things, I miss my dad. I wish he was around, and I wish he hadn't gotten problems with diabetes and then eventually pancreatic cancer. So anyway, if I can help anybody avoid that in the future, please take a look at this. Please write me back and let me know, what your experience was with it. And I hope you be well and enjoy your path to true health. See you soon.